Now let's welcome our guest from the Omani capital of Muscat, Professor Abdullah Baabood, who is the chair of the State of Qatar for Islamic Area Studies at Waseda University in Japan and a senior non-resident scholar at Carnegie Middle East Center. Good evening, Professor, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good evening to you.
Professor, can you tell me, what does this visit signify regarding the relationship between the State of Kuwait and the Sultanate of Oman?
Well, to start with, the relationship goes back decades, if not much longer than that. It's a very important strategic relationship. It's a brotherly relationship between two GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council states. Oman and Kuwait have enjoyed very special relations because both countries share common grounds, and that is the respect of sovereignty, respect of international law, avoiding conflicts, reverting to dialogue and cooperation. So the relationship has very strong basis, and it is not just between the leadership, but also between the people in Kuwait and Oman. They together, they've had very long history, long interaction, trade, etc. This visit basically augments this relationship, and it is an important visit and a very significant visit for His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Mash'al, to Muscat and to meet His Majesty Sultan Haytham. And it's also important because both leaders integrated the opening of a joint venture between the two countries, between two companies, of course, in Kuwait, KBC, Kuwait Petroleum Company, and Oman Oil, to integrate this petrochemical industry, which is the largest joint venture between any two countries in the Gulf states. So it is, in that sense, extremely significant because it helps Oman to diversify its economy and also increase its refining capacity, but it also helps Kuwait and particularly KBC to diversify as well its capacity, and it gives it an outlet to the Indian Ocean and to Asia and Africa, which is much closer to it. So it is a very, very important country, and as you can see from the celebration, from the state visit and the high level of reception, basically it explains the significance of this relationship and this visit.
Sir, can you tell me, what are the hopes and expectations for the future of the partnership among Gulf countries?
Well, the GCC, or the Gulf Cooperation Council, was built on the idea of integration, cooperation, and of course, economic cooperation comes at the very beginning of this relationship. There has been a number of agreements that have been signed by member states through the mechanism of the GCC. Amongst them, of course, the common market, but before that, the custom union and the free trade area, and so on. And there are other agreements that are being discussed that helps the region to integrate more and to cooperate more. So this actually builds on that. Obviously, one would want to see more GCC-wide cooperation, not just bilaterally, but also regionally. But this is this particular visit and this particular agreement. I'm talking here about the petrochemical unit that was integrated in Oman. It actually resembles this kind of cooperation. So member states are cooperating at one level, but also there are bilaterally, but there are also other cooperation. And the Gulf Cooperation Council, through its regulatory body, regulatory rules, makes easy this kind of relationship to develop. It's very important because the region is facing numerous challenges, economic, political, social, etc. And the region generally is in turmoil, as we witnessed in the news. But the Gulf Cooperation Council continues to prosper, continues to cooperate, continues to support themselves to develop, but also try to bring in peace and prosperity to their countries and to the wider region. So it's extremely important that this cooperation continues at a much faster pace because, the region has the potential to develop further and to diversify from hydrocarbon to more sustainable economy. And through this kind of cooperation and integration of Gulf Cooperation Council economies, we can see that it will spill over to other countries in the region, which also will bring in peace and prosperity to the region. So from that perspective, it is extremely important that the Gulf states continue to cooperate and also continue to make a model for the future of the rest of the Middle East.
Time to join us today. We appreciate it. Well, that was our guest, Professor Abdullah Baabood. He is the chair of the State of Qatar for Islamic Area Studies at Waseda University in Japan and a senior non-resident scholar at Carnegie Middle East Center. Please stay tuned for more after this short break.